This is Radio Thailand News. Special report.
The private sector of Thailand is now preparing to host the APEC Business Advisory Council 2022 meeting next year, while pledging to work together with 21 member economies of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation. Supant Mongkolsuthree, Chairman of the Federation of Thai Industry or FTI and Chairman of the APEC Business Advisory Council or ABAC said, the private sector is ready to work in parallel with the government in hosting meetings and events for APEC next year, with the private sector planning to host the ABAC meeting in late 2022.
First of all, ABAC is the voice of the business of FY and offer the recommendation to APEC economies leader, which allow 60 members has replacing their economy in the councils. For 2022, it is the first time in 2 years that we will be able to hold a physical meeting again, and will be the good time for business across 21 economies can be reconnect and discuss what has to offer in the post-COVID-19 world. As Thailand will share ABAC next year, we have set the theme of Embrace, Engage, Enable, where the world embrace the reconnect world which endless opportunities, engage in collaborating new ideas, creative and possibility, enable the digitized, sustainable and inclusive new transformation model. To align with the government's APEC theme of Open, Balance, Connect, emphasis is on the concept of bio, circular and green economy or BCG model. ABAC Thailand will push forward priorities to develop the region towards an integrated, inclusive and sustainable growth through the utilization of digital technology, innovation and responsible of business conduct. We will also prioritize in issue in connecting BCG into context of business, such building the sustainable MSMEs, explore the idea of net zero in business and environment, social and government or ESG. These are ideas that would help drive business as well as allow us to operate more sustainability in the long run. Additionally, to prepare for ABAC 2022 and cooperation with the government, the ABAC 2022 working group has been appointed, and there are 4 sub-working groups, namely, first one is the ABAC Exclusive Director Support 2022 Committee. The second one is ABAC Event Organizing Committee, and the third one is ABAC CEO Summit 2022 Event Organizing Committee. And the last one is Sponsorship Committee. The Joint Standing Committee on Commerce, Industry and Banking, JSCCB, is made up to FTI, BOT and TBA.
Embrace, Engage, Enable has been set as the main theme for ABAC 2022, while the logo will use a symbol called a dog loi pattern, which is based on a Thai art style that refers to the period of blooming. The different small lines are being stitched together to form a shape of a dog loi pattern. There are 21 components matching the number of member economies, reflecting the important synergies for dealing with the wave of change and moving forward to the new equilibrium in the world. Sukanda Kaew Anurak's reporting.
Radio Thailand News broadcast from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government on FM 95.5 and FM 107. For advertising inquiries, please email us at radiothailand@outlook.com.
Thailand's business sector is currently planning to host the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation or APEC Business Advisory Council Summit next year, while promising to collaborate with the forum's 21 member states. Supant Mongkolsuthree said the private sector was ready to work in parallel with the government in hosting meetings and events for next year's APEC summits. Supant is the chairman of the Federation of Thai Industries or FTI and also serves as chairman of the APEC Business Advisory Council or ABAC. The main theme for ABAC 2022 is Embrace, Engage, Enable, which represents the embracing of new opportunities and connections with business partners after the global economic slowdown caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The engagement of members on creativity and cooperation on mutually sets a new course for the future, and the enabling of new economic capacities and possibilities. APEC's 21 member economies encompass 2.8 billion people, while their aggregate value accounts for 60% of global GDP, with trade value between member economies ranging from 6.98% to 70%. According to the FTI chairman, the summit should help accelerate Thailand's post-pandemic recovery. The nation is currently expected to see improved economic performance following its full reopening in January of next year, as well as 3 to 4% GDP growth in 2022.
This is Radio Thailand News.